And welcome back, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth in Gongaga village, way more lively than the original one, in which it was depressive and practically voluntary location, in that it was right in your way, but you didn't need to go there. But in this one, you actually need to go there. It's not just directly on your path, but unavoidable. Damn, yeah, the graphics are just brilliant in this. I can see that the Cloud's skin is not completely, you could say, even. I can see that it has those bumpiness of skin that human skin have, even those with very smooth skin. Yeah, smooth skin. I think I'm gonna skin you alive with a trusty dull old knife and then graft that oh so sweet, wet, subtle, soft skin over my rusty, rotten gook.
Hey, you hear that?
Yeah, gotta be a weapon.
Wait, do you know something about this?
Could say that, yeah. You've been hearing it for a while.
For a few days now, yeah. The Coalition tried to investigate, but some creatures kept us from getting into the reactor. All they did was fly around. Just the sight of those weird black wisps was enough. More than enough.
No, ain't that something?
You can see them.
Yeah, of course. Why? Do you know what they are?
Whispers.
Well, this just got more interesting.
So, when do we leave?
You young lady are on guard duty.
Oh, come on! I just want to help out! Be a part of the team!
Yeah, but you've been a real team player. Keep an eye on her for us.
I'll do my best.
Let's just get in, take a look, and get out. Figure you, me, Kate, and Red can do that easy. Agreed?
Agreed. Let's go. You guys hold down the fort.
Well, that would be the ladies hold the fort and the guys do the research. Well, I guess I have to do the materia switching around hassle now. Well, that was it. So now heading towards the reactor, and looks like those weird grey ghost things from the ending of the remake, or better say the first episode of the remake, are here.
The captain filled me in. You can head on through.
Thank you. And you have a quite impressive looking that spear. Yeah, some of them seem to be having quarterstaffs, but that one has a spear. But then again, quarterstaff usually is a, you could say, substitute of, so you could say, proper weapons instead of weapon all by itself. Because of quite much every kind of weapon quarterstaff can be used as it basically can be made better with some things like adding a
Come again? What's a whisper when it's at home?
An arbiter of fate. They appear when destiny is about to be altered, and ensure it maintains its intended course.
I thought we already changed it, though.
We did once. But perhaps now the presiding over a new fate. Ours.
That's what you get for being curious.
Yep. Well, something unpleasant because, yeah, I would say that right at the end of the remake, when there was the kind of spooky scene of Cloud and Zack intermingling, might have been the moment when something like a destiny just changed shape. And those things were...
Keep it together.
And those were quite common critters to face at the original one in the Gongaga region. And they weren't particularly, you could say, frightening there. Now they weren't either particularly frightening either. But I would say that the specific kind of combinations of the enemies in this one can be way more dangerous than they were in the original one. Well, usually, mostly because of the, I would say, more amplified ability, regular enemy abilities, and of course the fact that they usually demand much more complicated tactics to defeat than before. But there's a cell phone tower, let's just turn it on. Because there's certainly, I don't think there's any, well, a couple of, well, of course there's a few critters around it. I had to sneeze, and I don't want it, and I weren't particularly glad about. Those Chimera mimics are quite weak. There's a separator and another one. They go down. Yeah. And once again using those massive arm muscles. Actually not massive in size, but massive in physical strength. And the music which is playing is familiar. It's very much the theme of Weapon from the original one, but they recomposed it. And I think that these kind of little touches make this, well, make this in a sense very worthy remake, although the first part of the remake was beautiful because of its expansion and all that, but because it only had the basically just the first sequence of the original, first act of the original, it really felt lackluster in that kind of sense, despite gameplay being good and set pieces being beautiful and all that, but because it just didn't have a good conclusion, because it was just the beginning of the story. It wasn't even a good individual episode of the story, because I think that even if you would plan to make several parts to a story, it is very good to have a still coherent, clear ending to each episode, as in mini drama in overarching larger drama. Yeah. Alright. Where am I? There's a quite long way to the reactor, meaning that there might be quite long time of quite big number of fights and wandering about it as well. Now that's a big sound. And even in the original one, weapons had, when they had quite big and recognizable vocal tone. And in the original one, there was no clear mention about what had caused the accident or disaster at Gongaga region, except that it had exploded, and core reactor also was not clearly defined. Said what is the reason, what had happened there. Dagger is real good. That one goes down. Let's arm him with Balkan cannon just because he hasn't mastered that weapon's special ability yet. And there's a little bit of a side quest once again to chase down the owl. After I mince these critters.
Deal with that.
But I would still wonder, and judging by the fact that that the victory fanfare has appeared in many contexts in this game, I would say that it is some sort of in-world piece of musical fanfare that would be very much known. I don't know exactly what it might be. Well, there seems to be quite lots of life springs around here as well. Lots of stuff in Gongaga.
By analyzing the life spring data, I was able to locate an old Republic transmitter chip. It appears to be the path leading to the reactor. The terrain we need to traverse is littered with scrap metal and other such debris. Please watch your step.
Let's hope that the canyon would be on the way to get to the actual zone of events. So, but how do I get there? Oh yeah, little path. Just walk downwards. I wonder, was it in this direction? Oh, it must be in this tunnel. But I would need a chocobo, which I don't have, so I can't really get there. So I just have to get going forward and hope that the plot events or something like that gives me a chance to find the bird. There would be location of proto-relic. Yeah, Gongaga is big and convoluted, complex area. Well, I personally am not that big fan of this kind of amount of complexity in the area. I personally would prefer that the area would be much more easier to navigate. And this might be something like a extremely contaminated water or not extremely pure and clean water. But I'm still trying to get to the reactor and learn that what might be going on around this place. Yep, navigation of this kind of jungle terrain is not easy in any context. And I think that they might have made it even more unpleasant and difficult to navigate than it would be in real life. And in real life it would already be quite unpleasant and difficult task to perform. And then if you would add all the building debris and all that, you would have extremely difficult area to walk, to navigate. And then you might also add all kinds of animal life in here as well, which might be unfriendly or hostile even. Alright, how could I... But the place is absolutely beaten to hell. But I would be wondering, could it be this... is this actually, you could say, a real accident which happened? Or could it be this result of some kind of, you could say, deliberate sabotage, which seems to be a quite common incident in Shinra, that we know the reactor is bad. Let's just, instead of hoping it would get better or we could fix it, now let's just blow it up and blame the locals. Which I would say that goes to class of, yeah, it's an evil corporation, but it seems to be that they are real stupid corporation as well. But then again, even if it would be evil corporation, they're also stupid evil corporation. There's quite lots of difference between just being evil and just being stupid, and then being stupid evil is even worse. The comic strip character Dilbert tends to work in a stupid company, but usually not in a stupid evil company, but stupid evil company is that which has evil petty practices which actively harm its own business, like cheating on customers, selling substandard goods to customers, or generally you could say that just cheating your clients would be the, you could say, pinnacle of being stupid in business sense. But let's just get going and see what's going on around here. This feels very much like a boss fight arena. And it's overgrown. This kind of, you could say, industrial areas overgrown by jungle are quite rare settings in video games. Especially this kind of really high tech. It might evoke sense of Chernobyl.
That's the mackerel-rich land. What's good for life is great for reactors.
See your way in.
Though not as we know them.
How you figure?
God, it's time.
Let's follow. Come on.
That was Sephiroth showing up.
We must be close by now. How much longer?
We expect to arrive within the hour.
Then I'd better choose a suitable toy.
Will that be necessary, ma'am?
Of course it will. I'll make sure that it is.
there seemed to be a little bit of a, you could say, cameo appearance of a boss monster Proudclod of the original one. It was the final, well, not the final boss battle, but it was a quite important boss battle, so it's time to do some equipment and all that kind of stuff. And continuing investigation of the Gongaga Reactor ruins. But now I would check that in the original one there was the Gongaga region, well, it would basically only happen after the Temple of the Ancients that it would become mandatory to visit, even though you practically, with regular game flow of the gameplay, would have visited it already, where it would have given, well, boss fight and some extra stuff. But I would wonder how is this area's nature now changed? There are some, these frog critters.
It's on you.
But I'm still quite curious about how exactly it should Kate She be used or Kate be used. He really feels kind of weird character in the sense that doesn't feel like a magical powerhouse and doesn't feel like a physical attacker either. Oh, crystal sword. Let's see what kind of stuff. Oh well, it looks nice and it doesn't give. Yeah, more attack power. That could have been made into a bit more smooth system appearing in this game. But there are these ghosts. But I think I would be more inclined to study these areas first. And new enemies. Those critters I know how to. Well, it gave me a new kind of enemy encounter to face. And there's a treasure chest, hopefully containing something handy stuff. So you could say that this was worth his side room to take a visit into, and it even had a convenient back exit. But now it's a matter of destiny being changed, and it's trying to wrench itself back either. Yeah, but then when it's a matter of this kind of concept of things which got destiny, assuming that it would be predetermined, and is it so that they would try to basically force it to happen or prevent it. Usually, well,
There's only so much swimming a cat can take.
It's just underwater.
Why does everything always have to be such a
those things were nothing. I would expect that all the electronics in KG might not be like water that well. Well, it looks like some sort of big battery. Yep, they do seem to... Well, only case I personally in gaming that I really remember explicitly there being something which guarded destiny was in Prince of Persia Sands of Time trilogy, and especially at the second part, Warrior Within, in which there was a creature called Dahaka, which, well, usually appeared as an unbeatable monster you would have to escape, and if you didn't, it would insta kill you practically. And that thing basically was a guardian of the timeline, whose job was to make sure that specific events do happen, and those will most likely breach those specific events from happening. Usually, you could say with tampering with the time powers of the Dagger of Time. They would be then, it would then go hunt that person down and kill him until Prince would would find a way to not, or to defeat it, would get a weapon to change his destiny completely. Which would be, you could say, quite an impressive little feat he would achieve with that. But I don't know what are those things similar, and if they are, who are they against? Whose destiny are they trying to make enforce? But that bluish glow down there would very much, well, there might be some sort of analog or analogous things with macro energy with the nuclear energy.
Don't overdo it. It's a shame.
Alright, those things are quite dangerous. Well, but once I get it staggered, it doesn't seem to be that tough.
Deal with that.
Alright. Yep, Kate, you also know that song, but you don't say it so well. Barrett has way more enthusiasm about that. And nobody knows the healing magics. Let's fix that. But they obviously are. And I know Sephiroth is also going that way because I just solved him. And I do like the fact that they made Sephiroth appear much more active villain.
Let's be on sprout wings. Reach the water. Look for a control terminal.
Well, I guess that would be around here, climbing up. Potion. Oh, you. Those things are squishy. So that wasn't particularly, you could say, impressive enemy encounter, at least by their them. But I wonder what. Yeah, it's a reactor, most likely. Its own equipment would be something like. Yeah, that thing was basically wrapping it around so that I could not grab the power line. Now I should have enough slack to connect it. Alright, I say that's quite impressive systems. Oh, but what might be here? Well, a couple of crates, which of course I will smash. Yep. There was a treasure chest. Why they would be still treasure chest in this kind of, you could say, all quasi-realistic style of setting this remake tries to make, which means avoiding some of these more gamey tropes and design choices that might otherwise be, you could say, perfectly reasonable to use, but tend to be, you could say, break the realism. You missed me!
Quite a scrap.
Well, I got so many potions that I can just use them quite liberally as that kind, like that. And the scrap boxes also make are a potion, maiden's kisses, all kinds of handy items.
Pardon me for asking, but what do you want with this wet thing anyway?
We wanted to fight alongside us.
Ah, but what for? Who are you looking to use it on?
Sephiroth. While we're at it, might as well take down Shipman too.
The company again, but Sephiroth? The man's been dead for half a decade.
Maybe. But he's back now.
And you'll be seeing him soon enough.
This wee adventure of ours gets stranger by the minute.
Well, that would be true. Although the original one did not explicitly say that it would be Reeve, but in this one it's been hinted much more strongly that Keiichi is either Reeve or is directly or has some sort of direct connection to him. And if there is anything which looks like a soon to be a boss battle, it would be that. So I'll be ending this episode before I'll be facing down whatever is over there. See you next time. See ya.